thank you all for taking time out from your busy schedule to join us in this webinar. In today's episode, we will talk about governance of cloud and SaaS-based solutions, what are the key challenges, and how to solve them. We'll start with a quick round of introduction. Today, we are joined by Matt and Pratul from CloudNuro team. I'll first invite you, Matt, to introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Matt Lamp. I'm an advisor to CloudNuro. I've spent 20 years running IT governance for multi-billion-dollar complex enterprises, with 13 years as CIO for a large municipality and then the largest public utility in the United States. The last few years, I've been doing advisory work, primarily in cybersecurity.
Thanks, Matt. That is very impressive journey you have had. Pratul, may I now request you to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. My name is Pratul Patel, and I serve as the Chief Product Officer at CloudNuro. I bring over 2 decades of diverse experience in technology industry, having held and led various leadership roles at companies like Flexera and Dell. However, my journey with CloudNuro has been particularly rewarding. I have been part of the CloudNuro family since its inception over 3 years ago, and have been deeply involved in building our products and teams from ground up. As the CPO, I am responsible for driving our product strategy, ensuring our customers achieve sustained success and growth with our platform. Customer success is at the core of everything we do at CloudNuro. With my extensive background and firsthand experience in shaping CloudNuro's innovative solutions, I'm excited to share our vision and insights with you today. We'll dive deeper into how our SaaS and cloud management platform can empower your organizations to take control, optimize cost, mitigate risks, and unlock the true potential of your SaaS and cloud investments.
Thanks, Pratul. And finally, myself, I'm Rohit from Beyondsoft. I come with nearly 20 years of experience in IT, during the course of which I have played different roles focusing on solution development and consulting. In my current role, I am focusing on solutions that benefit our customers in healthcare and life sciences vertical. We'll take next 2 minutes to introduce our companies for the benefit of those who are joining us for the first time. Pratul, I would request you to start with CloudNuro.
Sure, Rohit. So, CloudNuro, we are an intelligent SaaS and cloud management platform recognized as a leader in this space very recently by Infotech Software. Our customers know us for delivering high ROI through quick deployments, enabling significant TCO reduction by optimizing their SaaS costs, and driving operational efficiencies across the organization. We are committed to security and compliance. CloudNuro is a SOC 2 and CSA star level certified, providing our customers with the peace of mind when it comes to safeguarding their critical data and applications. With a global presence, we serve organizations of all size and industries, empowering them to take control of their SaaS and cloud investments. Our platform's capabilities, coupled with our deep domain expertise and customer-centric approach, have made us the trusted partner of choice for enterprises seeking to navigate the complexities of SaaS and cloud management effectively. Thank you, Rohit.
Thanks, Pratul. Talking about Beyondsoft, we are a 30-year-old IT service provider headquartered in Singapore. We have with a global presence and over 30,000 employees in our team working from our offices in 15 countries, with expertise in cloud adoption, digital transformation, and cybersecurity, to name a few. Now, let's get into today's discussion and have a look at challenges that are associated with cloud and SaaS-based solution adoption, and how to solve them while maintaining an efficient governance. During the course of this discussion, please keep posting your questions in Q&A section. We'll get to them at the end of the discussion. Matt, starting with you, as an ex-CIO of one of the largest utility organization in US, can you share your experience on what are some of the problems plaguing the enterprises with SaaS?
Sure. Cloud and SaaS ease of adoption is one of those gifts that just keeps on giving. There are a lot of benefits, and that leads to the adoption of more cloud and infrastructure and more SaaS applications. There are many good reasons for this: capital cost avoidance, staffing capacity, specialized apps, and so on. So growth is very natural. And as you can see in the slide, large enterprises now have a ubiquitous adoption of both cloud and SaaS. And people are finding more and more uses, and also that their spending is increasing. And very often their spending is increasing at a rate much greater than what they anticipated. And that part is a big part of the challenge. Ratul, can you now sort of talk to us a bit about what we've learned from our customers, who are very diverse across between government and healthcare and business, and sort of how CloudNuro helps them govern their cloud sprawl?
Sure, and thank you, Matt. Folks, what Matt is saying is exactly what we are hearing from our customers as well, which is also confirmed by the survey you see here, which was published by Battery Ventures. SaaS sprawl and SaaS security are some of the biggest concerns that the enterprises are facing and experiencing today. Yet all of these concerns, including the unpredictable costs, can be solved with proper governance and visibility. Now let me share the sprawl and security concerns we are actually seeing from our customers. A few of these issues are highlighted here. What we see here is our aggregated data from both SMB and enterprise customers. We are seeing 20% excessive SaaS licenses being consumed, 10% redundant applications, 5% shadow IT or undiscovered applications, and 10% rogue users posing a huge security risks to the organizations. What are rogue users? Rogue users are users who are not supposed to have access to the application. For example, there may be users who are not with the company anymore, but still has a license assigned to them and access to the applications. Another important observation that I would like to bring out is that from a spend perspective, we find that just a few large SaaS applications like Microsoft 365, ServiceNow, Salesforce, and all of cloud infrastructures like AWS, Azure, GCP, they account for 80% or more of the total spend. CloudNuro.ai addresses all of these issues, including the focus on large SaaS with deep integration to bring out extraordinary insights and governance capabilities.
That's really an eye-opener, Pratul. Can you tell us how CloudNuro addresses these problems in detail?
Yeah, sure, Rohit. Thank you. All problems can be solved with a good governance, and a successful governance begins with a good discovery. CloudNuro.ai, which is our platform, supports many discovery methods like DNS, IAM or IDM, SSO applications, browser agent integrating with financial applications and tools, and more. Once the applications are discovered, it is followed by an analysis of the applications using various metrics that we get from the discovery. The applications are then onboarded onto the platform and configured to be automated for visibility and providing the necessary controls to optimize them. This is an ongoing and continuous cycle to keep the SaaS landscape lean and efficient. Now, Rohit, let me walk you through CloudNuro.ai's conceptual architecture that enables all these functionalities and capabilities. As a 100% cloud native and AI-powered SaaS application, CloudNuro.ai has been designed ground up to provide centralized SaaS management and governance capabilities. At its core, we have built-in SaaS adapters, as you can see here, that seamlessly integrate with most of the widely used SaaS applications across the enterprise landscape. With these smart integrations, organizations can onboard their entire SaaS and cloud portfolio onto the platform, the CloudNuro.ai platform. From there on, the platform empowers the organization to manage the complete application lifecycle, beginning with procurement, application usage, spend analysis, finding out purchase licenses versus actual use, app usage, license management, workflow, employee experience, governance, subscription management, security postures, ensuring compliance, and much more. By consolidating all these critical functions into a single pane of glass, CloudNuro.ai enables organizations to gain unprecedented visibility into their SaaS landscape. With this comprehensive view, they can effectively manage security postures, ensure compliance with policies, and implement a robust governance, all from a single centralized platform. Now, I will show a brief demo of a recording that I have done. This is a high-speed demo for the sake of the time that we have, and I'll be talking about the key or the major points like discovery, employee experience and workflow, SaaS lifecycle management, renewal management, application onboarding, managing IaaS or infrastructure as a service, like AWS, Azure, GCP, custodians for Microsoft 365, SaaS, expense visibility, application usage and adoption, and finally, managing security and compliance. So let's go on to the demo.
We will begin by looking at the discovery feature within CloudNuro.ai. Within the discovery, we see all the discovered applications. The discovered applications can be through different sources like DNS, IAM application, financial application, security tool, browser, agent, and they can be exported as well for manual review. Now let's look at the employee experience with workflow. The employees in an organization can look and manage all the applications from one place. They can request an application or a license for it, and the requisition can be sent for approval, which an IT manager or the manager can approve or reject. The status of the different application requested can be seen. Now let's look at the complete lifecycle management within CloudNuro.ai. Here, at a single glance, all the applications to be configured can be seen on the dashboard, and then all the applications in a single pane of glass. The individual application details can be seen on the application page, the users, the spend, optimization. Now we'll look at all the applications that are due for renewal between April and August this year. The applications for renewal can be seen as a notification also. Now let's look at the application onboarding process. It's a simple 1 or 2-step process depending on the application. You choose the application and provide all the details that are required and the information is provided on the document on the side, and that's it. And after the application has been onboarded, all the details about users, spend, everything is pulled through the APIs into the application directly. Many applications provide simple OAuth-based onboarding too. Now we'll look at managing infrastructure or IaaS through CloudNuro.ai. We can see here in the custodian all the useful information brought within one single screen. We also integrate with our ITSM integration to create tickets for the recommendations. Similarly, heap level details are also provided for large SaaS applications like Microsoft 365. Now let's look at the complete visibility provided for the SaaS expenses. In a easy to use dashboard, the expenses are clearly visible in a graphical visual way. The highest spend applications are there, which can be customized. The aggregated insights provide the details about the spend, about multiple months of spend. The spend information can also be drilled down for individual applications to look at the consumed and the purchase. Now we'll look at the expenses tracked against the budget for an application, in this case here for Azure. Next, we'll look at reviewing the application usage and improving the adoption of the applications. A high-level usage index indicates the usage of all the applications. Now we'll look at the different types of non-usages. Here we see dormant users who have not logged in for a long time, never logged in users, disabled users, etc. Next, we will look at the entitlements for all the users from one single screen. We can drill down into a single user and look at all the entitlements assigned to that particular user. Now we'll look at the security and compliance tracking from within CloudNuro.ai. Each application within CloudNuro is assigned a security score to understand the security posture of that application. Going inside an application, we can see whether the application is compliant or not for the policies defined by the company or the organization. The security compliance can be assigned for each application from a screen that can be used to track the compliance against the policies defined. The applications by security can be looked in a report. The report can be generated or ad hoc.
Thank you. That was the demo.
Thank you, Pratul, for the demo. You packed a lot of details of the platform in this short video. Definitely the capabilities are a lot, and it was tough to bring it all into this short demo. It was challenging. You have so many customers. Can you tell us about a real customer success story? How was CloudNuro able to provide value to the customer, and what was the quantifiable benefits?
Sure, Rohit. Thank you. Thank you for the question. We would like to bring up a real customer use case or a customer case study here. Let me walk you through the live example, the real example of one of our customers and how CloudNuro.ai helped them achieve better SaaS management and governance. This customer was facing challenges that are all too common. They had visibility to only 20 applications, where CloudNuro.ai discovered 250 applications for them. With CloudNuro.ai, we were able to quickly onboard and bring all of their applications under a single pane of glass with an average onboarding time of less than 10 minutes per app. For one of their critical applications, which is Azure, our in-depth analysis helped them reduce their monthly cost by 15%, and that was quite significant for them in terms of dollar value. But the cost optimization was just the start. CloudNuro's powerful analytics also identified numerous security and compliance issues across their SaaS stack. For instance, in their IAM solution, which was Okta, we found users who still had active access and licenses even after 10 years, even after the users had left the company for more than 10 years. With all their applications now centrally managed through CloudNuro.ai, this customer has gained complete control. From seamless discovery and onboarding of new applications to proactive license management with automated alerts and notifications, they can now track their entire life cycle of every SaaS investment that they have made. And the benefits extend to their major platforms like Microsoft 365, Azure, Salesforce, ServiceNow. For Microsoft 365 alone, CloudNuro's usage analysis helped them identify dormant users, orphaned users, and rogue accounts, resulting in significant cost savings through reallocation and license reharvesting. They now have a very robust governance framework for continuous monitoring. Similarly, for Azure, we uncovered over-allocated virtual machines and implemented automated startup and shutdown schedules, saving them another 8% on those instances, which was also again quite significant for them. In summary, with CloudNuro.ai's centralized SaaS management capabilities, this customer gained unprecedented visibility, optimized costs, plugged different security gaps, and established a strong governance model across their entire SaaS portfolio. Rohit.
Thank you, Pratul. Matt, now can you help us understand how the capability ties back to all the problems that you listed at the beginning? The importance of SaaS governance.
Sure. But yeah, let me do a sort of a quick summary of our discussion and help wrap up this part of the webinar. First, visibility into cloud and SaaS is absolutely critical to finding both those rogue and zombie users that we talked about. You can't manage what you can't see. And our experience is that discovery brings forward a lot of interesting things that people were not aware of, that were sort of under the radar. Analysis with a range of views of use and spend data is critical to optimizing assets and the business value of the license spend. It happens on both sides. The side of we've actually put out more licenses than we have an entitlement to, and we have a lot of people who are never using the licenses that they have. And both are problems. And only through data visibility and then analysis can you tackle that part of governance. Automation is a key to manageability of the sprawl and integrating it into the user's experience. If you haven't automated many of the tasks, they just tend to fall through the cracks and won't get done, and management sort of bogs down and governance bogs down. And finally, consistency of identity is critical for security and compliance. And again, without the right tools and ways of looking at seeing where identities are across all these applications and who's using various infrastructure opportunities in the cloud, we can't ferret out those things that really shouldn't be going on, whether they're the rogues, whether they're zombies, or just unauthorized applications that somehow somebody brought in without the permission to bring them into the enterprise. And I think, as Pratul has showed in his very quick demo, CloudNuro can facilitate good governance and continuous improvement in optimizing your use of enterprise, cloud, and SaaS as these tools bring benefit to your organization.
Thanks, Matt. That brings us to the end of the discussion. If there are any questions, we can take those.
Happy to answer any questions that may be.
I do not see any questions coming in, Pratul and Matt. Okay, I have one question here. Are there other governance beyond SaaS spend management?
Sure. So CloudNuro, I would like to stress that CloudNuro.ai is a platform. We have built it as a platform, not as only focusing, although it's majorly focusing on the SaaS, but there is many things that can be done beyond SaaS also. Uh, the general software catalog can be managed through the platform. And apart from the SaaS management, there are many other things like procurement, renewal, all of those functions of the lifecycle of software licensing or SaaS licensing can be also governed through CloudNuro.ai,
Thanks, Pratul.
including security and compliances.
Okay. There's another question. Is there any plan CloudNuro is planning to expand an identity management tool?
Oh, that's a good question. With so many identity management tools out there, especially our experience has shown that most organizations have their own identity management implemented. So rather than having our own identity management tool, what we do is we integrate with all the identity management tools. One login, Microsoft 365, Google, you name it. And because it's a platform, we are able to integrate with all the any identity management tool. Even if it's not currently supported, it takes us just a few days to integrate with them. And that's the approach we have taken.
Okay. Any other questions? I see one more. Like AWS, Google, do you see if SaaS provider like Salesforce, ServiceNow will move towards service consumption like CPU instead of user headcount?
That's a very good question. The industry in general is moving in that direction. It's squeezing more and more. And so far, what we have seen is that the infrastructure space has very well done it based on the consumption. And it's my personal opinion that as the pressure gets more on getting more out of the SaaS, things will probably go in that direction in terms of consumption-based charge and licensing rather than per user seat. But in the immediate insight, I don't think that's happening. At least not the visibility that we have seen through the vendors.
Okay.
Let me add to that one of the ways that the SaaS vendors make their money is by having different licenses for different levels of use or different special features. And that all goes away when you go to a straight consumption model. And I think they're very reluctant to give up their ability to charge for premium features, which is how they view the charge structures they have now. So I would be perhaps a little more pessimistic about it coming soon than Pratul.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Matt. Yes.
There's one more question. Who all are CloudNuro competitors? How it is differentiated from other AWS, GCP, and Azure tools?
Okay, that's a very good question. As we saw from the demo, CloudNuro.ai, that's a complete, a single platform from where the complete SaaS management is governed and managed. And not only that, but the large applications that we saw, ServiceNow, Salesforce, infrastructure, they also can be managed from one single place. So that is our differentiator. Some of the competitors are Zluri, Better Cloud. These are some of the competitors. And we are the only ones which provide like a complete management of all the SaaS, including large SaaS, which I mentioned. And especially for large SaaS, we have something called custodian, which is deep integration. Deep integration brings out data like storage visibility from infrastructure or Salesforce. For example, one of our customers was using more than the allocated storage, and they were being charged through the roof by Salesforce. So we brought out the visibility. CloudNuro, the application, brought out the visibility to the level of user, which user is using what kind of storage. Like, okay, they were using mostly email storage the most. So they were trying to use large attachments within emails and storing them in Salesforce. So we brought those things out through deep integration, which helped them to focus on the right place and save costs. So this is just an example, but that's our main differentiating factor, or like we want to call the moat, which differentiates us from other competitors. Matt, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I wanted to add one comment there. Clearly, AWS has tools to manage AWS, and Azure has tools to manage Azure. And if your organization only used one cloud, you could probably get by with that. You would miss the opportunities to see some of the other things we find, like the rogue users of other SaaS, for example. But also, the reality is that most larger organizations are not just in one cloud. While their IT CIOs might have preferred to be in one cloud for various reasons, they end up with some things in Azure and some things in AWS and some things on Oracle Cloud. And having a tool where you can look across all of them becomes a very important feature. And that's one place where CloudNuro has really done an excellent job.
I have one more question here. Again, it seems to be a follow-up question. Is there any cost advantage with CloudNuro? How expensive or cheaper it is when compared to the competitors?
Okay, assuming that's a pricing question for CloudNuro, yes, being a young company and being in the market for lesser period of time than our many competitors, we are definitely competitive as compared to our competition, and that's a data that's been out there. We have seen there were a few companies where we went and they were looking at other competitors, and price was not the only factor, but price was one of the factors for choosing us. The major factors were obviously the breadth of the features and capabilities and the expertise that we bring. But to short answer is yes, it is comparable and lesser than competition.
Thanks, Pratul. I do not see any more questions coming in. That was the last question. Once again, thanks to you and Matt for joining us today. And thanks everyone for listening to us.